We back. We about to some of our picks off for the AFC North. This one is going to be a little tricky. I mean, if you guys well know, the main topic now, and what's been now is Le'Veon Bell is not coming in. Doing the Steelers first, obviously. Absolute ridiculous. Steelers pride themselves on being this class act organization. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff. And like I said, I've already made a couple of I've already did a couple of shows on Le'Veon Bell from between last year, coming into the season from last year and whatnot, and how he needs to be paid because he's the best back in football, bar none. You want to holler at Gurley, but I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give you Gurley, but I'm like, Gurley not on that guy's level, not yet. You still got the guy, the back over there at Atlanta he's the one that set the bar for the money. And like I said, my man, they couldn't even get the ball in the end zone with him, Devonta Freeman. So enough said about it. Everybody know what Le'Veon Bell brings to the table. But you're gonna have young guy Connor there playing in the back. Roethlisberger, this is basically it for the Steelers. This is it for them. That particular group of people, I feel as though this is it. And the Steelers are playing. The Steelers franchise right now, the organization is playing games right about now, and whatnot. And it's just the craziness of it is that they know they don't want to pay this guy. I'm like, this is basically going to be his last payday, and you deserve to at least give him that. He's giving you everything that you could possibly want in a back, and he's giving you all of that. And this is the way that you basically be paying him. And you're making them go through all this for nothing, for no reason. More than just calling and say, I'm going to teach him a lesson. And it's really sad that it's become this way. But this can really devastate them. Their offense will still be able to move the ball, possibly put some points. I see Bell coming up, probably miss a couple of games or whatever. But we'll see what happens and stuff. I still basically see them winning the North. Because they have talent definitely on the, on the team. They got plenty of talent on offense and whatnot. Like I said, Bell comes back or whatever. You got Vance McDonald. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think his foot, Jesse James will probably be their main guy. McDonald, there's issues coming up with him. Every time you look up, he's injured and stuff like that. The great Antonio Brown. You got Juju. You got your boy Juju Smith-Schuster. Him. You got the kid Washington, who's basically behind shoot. They have talent on that side of the ball. So offense is not the issue. The issue with the Steelers is, as we go to it now, has been defense. That's their issue, and that is why that is their issue. Which in Steelers' greatness and lore of that organization, that team is known as for being hard-nosed on defense. Tomlin got to get them guys, or get the right guys in there to play defense. They'll get eaten up in the secondary. And with the heard of the linebacker there, my man last year, can't think of his name off the top of my head, but Ryan Shazier. Hate to see that happen. The guy was having an all-pro year, hell of a player. They're stuck up in that position now. Cameron Hayward balled out. First team All-Pro defensive end, balled out. He's a catalyst on that team and stuff like that. You have Watt, another Watt there we got going on is T.J. Watt at the outside linebacker, who had a good year last year. And see what happens here. You got and then you see what happens with the guy like Bud Dupree and all them guys there playing linebacker. Hayden, we'll see what happens. They got Joe Hayden, supposed to have Joe Hayden back there and everything. And we'll see what happens with them back there in that secondary, because that's their weakness. They're stout up front, but their defense has got to stop some people. Their defense got to stop. They could have had any kind of stop. They could have beat Jacksonville, any kind. Bend but don't break, but they're breaking too much. And that's not characteristic of a Steelers team that has a defense that plays that particular type of way. That doesn't happen with the Steelers. But Steelers, maybe 12-4. 11-5 possibly. I mean, I see it being some tough sledding if they don't get certain things in order and whatnot. Next after that, I'm gonna say the Ravens. Ravens still got defense, right? When you look at the Ravens, it's all about defense. There's not really much going on as far as that offense thing is, as much as offense is concerned. You got Flacco, and I've always said Flacco was he is a good quarterback. He got hot that Super Bowl. It was about getting paid. He got hot when he was supposed to got hot, and had a couple of decent years. You know, had a couple of decent years and stuff like that. Since then, Flacco's got a lot of money from after that Super Bowl, and his players went down. I still think he can wing it or just get some receivers in place and see what they can do, but they have to run the ball. That's the main thing with them. They're gonna have to run the ball. And Alex Collins, like he had a relatively pretty good year last year, they're gonna have to feature him a lot more. Now, ironically enough, of course, they do have the dynamic Lamar Jackson from out of Louisville on the depth chart. We'll see what happens with him. You know, but Flacco basically is looking over his shoulder. You know, that is true. He's looking over. They got him for this guy to look over his shoulder. They wouldn't got Crabtree. I don't see how much he has left. But you know, we'll see what he has left. You have at the other wideout, you had John Brown. You know, yeah, we'll see, man. I mean, they not working with a lot. But then again, like I said, their specialty's never been that much offense. They have some offense and stuff like that. But their best friend is going to be a running game. See what them horses can do up front. But their best bet is going to be that of a running game. And it's going to be Alex Collins going to have to sit up there and be the straw to stir that drink on that side. And Flacco's just going to have to play solid ball. And he hand the ball off and get the ball to receivers and just play nothing, no explosive, and let their defense work. That's their best bet. You know, like I said, going to their defense, dealing with them is C.J. Mosley. C.J. Mosley, you got C.J. Mosley coming up, and you got Suggs coming in. You know, you got Terrell, you got T. Sizzle still doing his thing, but he's 35 now, and you know, it's about, you know, that time is coming. You know, his time is coming and whatnot. So we'll see what happens with that. But this C.J. Mosley's team, as far as defense is concerned and everything, they're going to always be stout because that's their calling card. Thanks to guys like Ray Lewis, who who made that. That's their calling card. And if you got a good defense, you can hang around, and if you got some good defense, you can hang around. And if your team can put up a few points on the board, that'd be okay. But yeah, I mean, again, even with them, man, 10-6 possibly, 10-6, 9-7, 10. I'm gonna give them 10-6. You know, I think the defense might try to bail them out and everything like that. The next one, we're gonna go to these guys have some decent players on this team, and it might be a dogfight because I think this might be the year where, you know, they got to get it together, and that's the Cincinnati Bengals. They got to eventually try to get this thing together because time is running out with these guys. You have A.J. Green, one of the better receivers in the league. Dalton's solid. He's been solid for a while. He hasn't made the transition to being one of the top elite quarterbacks. He has his moments, and for that, guys like A.J. Green are basically suffering more or less. You know. You got Brandon LaFell over there on the other side, okay, and see, you know, and you know, going to see what happens with him. But like I said, AJ, you know, and with AJ Green, 75 receptions, 1,078 yards, and 8 touchdowns, productive. But the window of that team is closing. The window of that team is closing, and it rests on Dalton. No matter what anybody want to say, it rests on Dalton and what he needs to do. At 30 years old now, he has to get it together. He has to get it together. This has to be the year. This has to be the year. They're gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to do it, or that team will be dismantled. And of course, I don't see. I don't see that coaching. I don't see the coaching staff lasting around there any longer. Because, like I said again, it just makes no sense because they do have some talent on that team. You got Mixon gonna have it. Got Mixon, and you have Bernard back there. Joe Mixon from out of Oklahoma. I mean, it's going to be something to see. And like I said, and they got some talent on that team. And if it's going to be done, it's going to be done now. And I'm gonna go out on a limb. I got them probably doing 10-6 this year. I got them battling with the Ravens and stuff because they have some talent on that squad. They definitely do. They just got to get it together, and it rests on what Dalton's going to do. I honestly believe that. That's it. They got Carlos Dunlap at defensive end on defense. Geno Atkins just got that nice contract and whatnot. Billings, Willis, these guys are nice up front. They got Burfict. If he could just stay out of trouble and stop being so dirty and everything. These guys got some talent on that team. This is the year that they got to get it done. Lewis, if he doesn't get it done this year, they got to sit him down the road. I don't even know why he's still there, but like people have sit up there and said to me, like, hell, probably, the pay ain't very much for that coaching job over there. Nobody wants to go to Cincinnati. But that's pretty much it right there, man. I got them battling it out at second place and, in a possible wild card position and stuff like that. But I honestly see they're going to give the Ravens some, it's a toss-up. I see them, 10-6, possibly 10-6. And this might be the North might start being a real another force to be reckoned with, being probably one of the stronger conferences in the years to come. We're gonna go to the Cleveland Browns. I'm just based upon everything that's going on with the Browns and what they're doing. I don't know who they're gonna actually start. I don't know if Baker Mayfield's gonna actually start or whatever he may instead of Tyrod Taylor, which I think they should start Tyrod Taylor, but they just because Tyrod had a good year and stuff like that, and got a chance to get stuff together. But we'll see what happens. But they got Carlos Hyde, a nice back. They went and got Jarvis Landry from out of Miami, another nice receiver. Josh Gordon, if he makes it back, that's going to be a game changer for them. They can actually do some things and whatnot. They got talent on their club. They just got to get it together, man. Them guys got it. They give games away. You see them play sometime. They give games away. You can't give games away in this league. All right, but we check that out, and we'll see. Like I said, it's all start up at the quarterback position. If these quarterbacks can get the ball to Landry, Gordon comes back, you're gonna have to watch him. I'm just gonna say that you're gonna definitely have to watch him. Over on defense, don't see the Browns play that often, that much, but you got, I think their strength obviously is going to probably be up front. Let me see, their linebacking crew. Like I said, don't know a whole lot about them. I know about Julius Peppers and that whatnot, coming out of, I believe I want to say it's Michigan that he came out of, if I'm not mistaken. And, he came out of Michigan second season, flying around and everything. And we'll see what happens with him. We'll see what's happening. Like I said, don't know a lot. Got Collins, Jamie Collins at linebacker, still can be a force and whatnot. Get everything in order with him, and if they can get some things together, obviously I think they can. Because Browns always kind of have some decent type of a defense, but if you're on the field so much, you end up falling by the wayside. If they can get it together, I can see them 9-7, possibly 8-8, 8-8, possibly 9-7. Who knows? I mean. This could probably be a tight conference. Let me just put it that way. It might not be as a runaway as you think it may be. I think they're going to have some nice talent coming on here. But I got them probably going around 8, possibly 8-8. I do see them being a lot better than what they were last year. Okay? And that's my picks over there for the North. All right? We'll be back with the next one.